Yo, it's your boy, Theo. We're gonna be doing a video on the reactions to Trump being our president. Right on the dock, we got Lacey Green's Twitter because she said some interesting tweets. Then we're gonna watch her video. Then we're gonna watch Anita Shark Girl because she also did a video, believe it or not. So let's kind of get through this. Let's go through her tweets. It's gonna be a very fucking, it's gonna be fucking something. So let's start with this one. Regardless of the outcome, we are clearly a deeply divided and broken country. So much work ahead to mend, heal, and restore the you in USA. Now, I want to say to people, remember this. Remember she said this because it's gonna be fucking astounding when we go up to read her her other tweets. Now, some people have already read the other tweets like I have. But let's just pretend that we didn't see it and just remember she said this and be like, wow, cool. She's gonna, regardless of the outcome, and she wants togetherness and unity. Oh, yay, Lacey. Good job, Lacey. I agree with this, Lacey. Woo. Liberals participated in a Trump win, slandered Clinton daily, dubbed her unqualified, ran with GOP lies, clung to misogynist double standards. Okay, well, we're getting a little bit off topic, Lacey. I thought you said regardless. I mean, okay, but let's look at this. Let's look at this, guys. Let's look at what she said here. So me, who being a Democrat, has slandered Clinton daily. Well, the thing is that I didn't like Clinton. I didn't vote for Trump either, but I didn't like Clinton. I thought Clinton was a terrible candidate that shouldn't have run to begin with. She lost to Obama in 2008. I really want that to hit home with people. He lost in 2008 with Obama, and now she lost to Trump. Now this should be a very big sign that says we don't want Clinton. We don't want her. No one wants Hillary Clinton as president. No one wants her. Now I've talked to people who were Hillary Clinton supporters, and they kept telling me, Theo, you have to vote for Hillary. She has to be the first female president. Why? Why does she have to be the first female president? Why can't any other candidate be? Well, she's the most qualified. But what if there's people who are more qualified than her? What if there's someone that can do a better job than being a president than her? Because I don't really feel comfortable with a candidate that's openly cozy with Wall Street. I don't like some of the stuff that she says about foreign policies. I don't like her reaction to how quickly she goes to war. That kind of stuff is fucking alarming and worrisome to me. So that's why I didn't want to vote for her. These are things that people should be worried about. Everyone was worried about this. Bernie was warning us about this. He kept telling us how warmongering she is. And what did we do? We didn't listen. We allowed Hillary to rig the DNC, even knowing that she did, and let her go this far into the election. It's fucking astounding how we let this crazy person get this far. But we also let Donald Trump make it this far as well. But when you look at Trump and Hillary, Trump has the most charisma than Hillary. Hillary didn't even take the campaign seriously. She just thought, I would win because who would vote for Trump? And didn't bother writing a concession speech. If that doesn't show how arrogant and pompous she is, then maybe you need another Trump-Hillary campaign for you to see this. Because she was so pompous, so arrogant, that this attitude I don't want to see in the presidency. Like, at least with Obama, be it that some people might not like him, he at least knew his role. He knew he got elected there. He got voted there. So he didn't sit there like, well, I got the election. He treated every debate seriously. He talked like a politician. He talked seriously about each thing he was trying to do for America. Same as Trump. Trump also took his campaign very seriously. Yeah, you can see that he said some ridiculous things. He says something that flip-flop. He lied about some things. You can say that. But the thing that you can't say about Trump is that he did not gain any energy from people. A lot of people were energetic about Trump. They were more excited about Trump than Hillary, and no one wanted to admit that. Because every single person that I've talked to, they said, well, no one's excited to go to the polls today, guys. No one's really excited for this election. No one's excited. And yeah, in a sense, there is a big there's a big sense of people who were just like, I don't like either candidate. But when you talk to the people who knew who they were voting for, Trump supporters sounded more excited than the people who were in the Hillary campaign. Because every time that I talked to most of them, they kept telling me how they feel like they have to vote for her. Like, they feel like that they were forced to. That is not energetic. It sounds like a very boring and just kind of like that they're not even meant to be. They're just like, well, I guess I have to vote for her. I have to vote for Hillary. Okay, I have to vote for her. But she has to be the first female president. Like, so of course no one wanted her. So no one was slandering her better than herself, I guess. Because a lot of things that people complained about her were stuff that she did in the campaign trail. She is qualified. She flip-flops way more than Trump, and when she flip-flops, she goes to extremes. She wanted to go to war. Like, I might not have been a Trump supporter, but I could see why people might be alarmed or worried about how cozy she got to the idea of starting war with Russia. And honestly, we've been in war before. We were in war with Iraq, but to me, I believe more so than the other wars we've been in, that Russia has their shit together. Like, yeah, Russia might not be a big country that might destroy us, but it's not gonna be a war where we might win for sure, and they might even do something more drastic. Like, do you really want to poke a war? Like, come on. But whatever. I mean, of course, no one wanted Hillary because things about her worried people. But I guess those are GOP lies then, even though she kind of said a lot of things that kind of leaned to one or the other. And then, of course, the misogynistic double standards. But, like, no one wanted Hillary. If Hillary had a penis, no one wanted her either. Regardless. Hillary could have been a dude, and we wouldn't vote for her. Let's see. This was a white lash against a changing country. It was a white lash against a black president. No. The thing that I dislike is that when people say, like, oh, Trump is white supremacy and, he doesn't care about black people. America is white and racist and all this, but they were backing Hillary Clinton, a white female president that was cozy with Wall Street and cozy with a lot of crazy things. But, of course, it's a white lash. Like, oh, okay. Whatever you say. Let's see. Let's see if we can see the original tweet of this. Not every Trump supporter is a racist. I agree. I agree with that. I think there are racist Trump supporters. I think there were people who voted for Trump that were hateful people, but I would not say that's all of them. And I posted something on Facebook, and I think someone disagreed with it, but I want to explain it. But I posted a image that said, like, not every Trump supporter is a racist. It just means that racism wasn't the deal breaker for them. And that's not saying that, like, oh, well, they didn't care about race or whatever, but it's just that what that post meant, to me at least, was that his racist remarks, his racial statements and all that didn't bother people who were voting for him because they mostly voted for him for his policies and what he promised to do to the nation. And they didn't sit there and was like, he said, fuck Mexicans, got my vote. Like, they obviously voted for him because they believed in his immigration policy. They believed in a lot of things that he stood for. They didn't vote for him because they were racist or anything like that. They didn't, and they didn't care about that. They cared about what he set out to do in the presidency, and that to me is fine because these people are the ones who voted, and they're the ones whose candidate has won. And really, all we can do is accept it and see what happens during these 4 years. If he tries to pass something in legislation, we just have to look what he wants to propose and see if it's something worth protesting about. The people who are protesting the election, you guys are fucking idiots. because you're protesting democracy. Don't say that your protests are democracy. They're not. You're protesting a candidate that won through a democracy that every other candidate has won. If you're trying to argue that the electorate is rigged or it's a shitty system, that's a different story. Then blame the electorate. Don't blame Trump. Did not create the electorate. Trump did not game it. He did not sit there and was like, well, I'm gonna introduce this and I'm gonna win by this method. He used the same method that every president nominated that and won. Those presidents who use that same system, he's been using the same fucking shit. So the only thing I can say is that if you are now just protesting the electorate, you might not have known that the electorate might have existed, because at least for me, no one really talked about it in 2008 or 2012 or any of these other elections. It's only like now that people are talking about the electorate, because I guess now people realize that this is a thing. So that's the only thing I could think of to defend them with that, but they shouldn't be protesting the results. They should be really just be against the electorate, but even so, they are protesting democracy. They're protesting a candidate that won through the same system that every candidate has to go through. Are these people going to protest if Hillary won? Probably not. My brain, right now. Health insurance, gone. Trump with nuclear codes. Stop and frisk. Mark it down. Police state. Roe v. Wade overturned. Wealth gap. ISIS. ISIS was always going to be a thing. I don't really see... Even if Hillary won the presidency, I think ISIS would still be around. Call me crazy, but I don't think ISIS is going anywhere. Health insurance gone. He's been kind of flip-flopping on that. Like, he kind of wants to keep some of the stuff that's in Obamacare, which I think is good. I think it's good that he wants to keep some of the stuff intact that worked with Obamacare. I think that's what everyone wanted. Or at least that's what Hillary kept saying that people wanted, was that I think, to me, health insurance is important. And I do think that Obamacare, it wasn't perfect. It wasn't like, oh yeah, it's all done, we got perfect healthcare. It's not that. But to me, the thing that scared me about Trump's health insurance plan that he said during the debates of the campaign trail was removing it completely. And well, you could say that, oh, well, it's great, we're gonna get rid of a system that is fucked up. But the thing is that I was concerned with people who just lost their coverage. Like, what if they have to go to the hospital? They have to pay for the ambulance ride. They have to pay for the how long they stay in the hospital. If they stay there for 5 days, they're paying for those 5 days, and for the medicine that they use, the tests that they use, all this stuff, all that racks up. Yeah, health insurance is expensive, but just remove that and pay everything out of pocket, and you'll be thankful for health insurance. I mean, not saying that you should be grateful that you're paying such high premiums and shit, but like, again, health insurance isn't perfect, but it's better than not being insured. Because I can guarantee if you're not insured, life sucks, and it's also unfair for the doctors, because if someone's uninsured and they go to the hospital and they get treated and they can't pay for it, the doctor has to pay out of their own salary. Now imagine how people are upset about how we have to pay taxes out of our paychecks. Remember how shitty that is, and how much people don't like that their taxes are going to pay for certain things? Well, imagine if you're working for a career, you're working in a job, and the job says, well, this guy wants this and he can't pay for it, so you have to pay for him right then there out of your paycheck, and you get paid less than what you would get normally. I mean, because they're paying the tax plus the patient at the same time out of their paycheck, so they're getting less than what they deserve, and it's just again, health insurance isn't perfect. I'm not saying that we should be happy with Obamacare, but I'm saying that we should have been more alarmed by just starting from scratch. But luckily, hopefully, what Trump is planning on doing with it is that he's going to keep people insured. It's just that he's going to implement things that are going to improve it and actually be a health insurance system that we all want. Maybe that's what's going to happen, and I hope that happens. But but only one way to find out is to see what he actually does with it. Everything else is kind of silly. I don't think we're gonna get a police state. as much. I also dislike when people blame all cops for the actions of the few. Like, some cops do things that they have to, but whatever. But let's continue. Remember, regardless of the outcome, we are now under total Republican rule. Textbook fascism. Fuck you, America. Fuck you, white America. Excuse me. Fight you, white America. And fuck you, you racist, misogynistic pieces of shit. Good night. Sorry about the clap, if you don't like me clapping, but I gotta applaud Lacey Green here. This was the best thing to respond, because nobody does this make you sound like a fucking lunatic. Lacey, Lacey, Lacey. I'm gonna tell you something. As a fellow Democrat, the Republicans aren't fascists. Republicans are not fascists or authoritarian or evil people. They are people like you and me. They love America. They have some slight different ideologies than us. Sure. They might have different beliefs, but they still love America. And they still love the American people. And the things that they do out of love for America. Just like Obama and other Democrats. But also remember when the Republicans who lost to Obama and everyone that supported the Republican candidates has said to us that Obama is a fascist, socialist, this and that, and we just kind of laughed at them. We're like, oh wow, look at it, so silly. You are now sounding like those silly people who say these things. Lacey, there's no such thing as a fascist government in America because every government official that's been elected in the history of America has been voted in. That's not what a fascist rule looks like. That's not what a fascist America looks like. This isn't textbook fascism. Because if it was textbook fascism, Trump would have been president immediately without a voting process. But there was a voting process. Like, it's the same thing when Republicans try to say that Obama's a fascist, that he isn't a fascist because he got voted into fucking presidency. He got the presidential power through democracy. The only thing that people kind of didn't like was the executive orders he was doing. But, as far as I know, he only did like what, 2 times? But like he only did for things that wasn't moving in Congress. He wasn't doing it all the time. If Obama did executive orders all the time, I'd agree that he's a fucking dictatorship president that took the democratic power, and did all that shit. I would agree with that, but he didn't. And Trump, he might do some executive order shit too, but he got voted in. And again, Republicans are not misogynist and they're not racist. I know a few Republicans and they don't hate colored people and they don't hate women. Some of them are very open and very liberal and all this kind of stuff. They're kind of like, not very liberal. I guess that's a dumb thing to say, but they're very kind to people or whatever. But whatever. I love this quote. When they go low, we go high. Yeah, because Hillary never rolled around in the dirt, right? Remember every single Hillary campaign ad? I hated her ads, to be honest. I really hated them. I really was tempted to vote for Trump because of them. Because all her ads, they kept saying, "Do you really want your daughter to grow up in a Trump America? Your daughter." It's like, okay, but what about children in general? What about everyone? Everyone has to be in a country that has a president. And why does that matter? What about you, Hillary? What are you gonna do? Why don't you talk about what you want to do? Why does it have to be about gender all the time? But whatever. Let's continue. Day 1 in Trump's America, someone wrote on the door, Trump! Guys! Someone took a Sharpie pen or something. Let's look at this, guys. We really need to look at this. Someone wrote Trump on a door. On a door. A door, guys. A door. This fucking door did not ask to be written on. But let's write on fucking walls about how we are fucking open and hate Trump, right? And this is gonna be the last thing before we go, and then we're gonna go into the videos, guys. But why are we comparing this fucking shit to Harry Potter? Harry Potter is a piece of shit book. I'm sorry someone has to tell you this, but Harry Potter is garbage. Okay, it's fucking garbage. Stop comparing this election to Harry Potter. Read another fucking book. Preferably a history book. And maybe some books, here and there. But just read something else that's not fucking Harry Potter. I'm fucking tired of it! I'm sorry, Harry Potter, fuck Harry Potter. I didn't care about Harry Potter for when the books came out, when the movies came out, I didn't give a shit. But this, every single person talking about fucking Harry Potter, just fucking shut up. And we're gonna go on one more. Twitter. Let's see what Anita has to say. Our dear friend, Anita Short Girl. So far, nothing really. I think maybe I should just go straight into the videos. Yeah, let's get into the videos. Let's watch Lacey Green's video, okay? This will be fun.
It happened, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
It's not a nightmare that I'm in. It really happened.
By the way, why does every single SJW or person keep saying this isn't a nightmare? This isn't our dream? Dreams, nightmares, like, fucking get over it. Our candidate lost. I mean, yeah, I did vote for Hillary, but, to be honest, I kind of expected her to lose. I really wasn't surprised Trump won because of the momentum he got. But, he's our president. Let's fucking, grow up, be adults about this. Your candidate lost, and time to see what Trump does in the White House. And if we protest, let's protest something that can actually be changed within the legislation and not protest a election. Let's not protest democracy. Just saying.
I have some feels to get off
feels.
of my chest.
I'm sorry, but it's 2016 and we're still using feels. No one takes you seriously when you fucking say that unironically. If you say, oh, I got some feels, guys, feels, you're a fucking child, and you can't shut up about feels, dude. Fucking get over it.
I need to put it somewhere. So if you're all electioned out, which I totally understand, just a heads up, you can bounce. My sweet sex posse babes. The Trumpocalypse has arrived. Y'all know me well.
I love how she makes like a cutesy name for this. Like, this is a serious video. It's supposed to be taken seriously, but we need a fucking cute ass name. Trumpocalypse, guys. That's a fucking cute ass name. It fucking rolls off the tongue. It's perfect. It's perfect to convey such serious things. And while I make this video, I should keep smiling, say feels, and say sex posse vibes or whatever. Because obviously, this is how being serious sounds like, guys. This is serious right now. We're serious. This is serious, guys. Serious video, not meant to be taken as a joke. Feels, Trumpocalypse, fucking behind a white fireplace.
Well enough. I value equality. I think it's so important. Inclusion, human dignity, avoiding World War III. Those things.
Oh yeah, let's go to the most extreme thing of avoiding World War III, because that's what Trump wants. He wants World War III, like every other president, right? The only thing is that people said that Hillary was the one that wanted war the most because she said a lot of things that could start a war, but ultimately no president ever wants to start a war. The only thing is that with Trump, someone can start a war on the other end, like someone could attack us for something that Trump does, and that could trigger a war. But he himself may not want to start a war, so let's just say that. But I love how these SJWs go to this extreme about it. Like, oh, well, it has to be World War III, you vote for Trump. Trump, World War III, it's synonymous, like. And you can also be for equality and vote Trump, by the way. That's something the SJWs don't want you to know.
Things matter to me. And that's why last night was terrifying. I am so sad. And I am so angry. And I know that for many.
I am so sad. And I'm so angry. I'm ready to fucking make a video about it because this is what the Trump presidency has made me do. This is a Trump America making videos. I guarantee, if Hillary won, she would make a video saying how great it is and those people, and we finally beat hate and racism, even though hate was never going anywhere, unfortunately, because hate is still around and all that kind of shit. No matter who you vote for in the president, in the White House, that shit wasn't going anywhere. As much as you guys hate Trump, he never said hate crimes are going to be legal. He even went on ABC and said that he wants the hate crimes to stop. So, yeah.
Many of you, your spirit has been crushed by this whole thing just as much as mine has. So it's not really clear what exactly the future holds for us yet.
Same thing if Hillary won. We don't know what the future is going to hold because for all we know, and I've been joking about this, what if, get this, if Trump ends up being the best president in history? Imagine that. Imagine how funny it would be to go through these 4 years. Employment is up. Taxes are affordable. People can pay for health insurance. We can all live in world peace. Imagine if that's what a Trump America looks like. Dude, that would be like I'm hoping for that to happen. Like, it might not happen, it might happen. But to say that, like, we don't know what the future holds because of Trump being president, it's like a nothing statement because that can be applied to any candidate.
But if we go by the election cycle, things do look bleak. Millions of us, myself included, could lose our health insurance. There could be serious cuts to scientific research, to climate change and clean energy efforts, to government programs for our sick and our poor.
Then donate to those organizations. Donate to them. If you're afraid that their funding's gonna get cut, donate to them. The worst thing you can do is bitch about the government not picking up the tab and not donating to these things that you want to continue existing. Now, I do think that if he does cut funding for climate change research, I think that's kind of fucking dumb because climate change research is pretty important to see to make sure that what's going to happen with the climate, what can we do to lower the emissions and all this kind of stuff. All that stuff is very important. And I think it's kind of I just don't agree with Trump's environmental outlook. Same with Gary Johnson. These kind of outlooks are dangerous to me because I kind of care about our climate. But we'll see what happens. And if they get defunded, I will probably donate to them. 90% chance.
Or to education. Planned Parenthood will be target number 1. My LGBT family now lives under a vice president who literally believes in electrocuting the gay out of children.
Yeah, because the VP has that power. He will go to the Senate and be like, guys, quiet. I have a plan, and you guys better fucking agree with this. We should take all the gay people and electrify them because that will get the gay problem out of America. Guys, let's do that. Every Republican, let's vote for this. This does not sound insane. This does not sound radical or inhumane. So, Republican Senate, what say you? Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Oh, unanimous yes. Let's go. Let's get them and electrify them. That's not gonna fucking happen. The VP doesn't have that power, and even if he did, does Pence even still believe that? And the thing is that again, let's say that Pence becomes president. Let's say he does. Do you think that Pence can get the electrifying the gay out of people through Congress, through the government? No. No government, no matter how much you might be a homophobic person or whatever, you're not gonna fucking agree with this because that's fucking insane! No one is gonna agree with this. So of course so this rhetoric of, well, he believes in electrifying the gay out of people, that's not gonna go anywhere. Because no one is gonna say yes to that. If someone says yes to electrifying the gay out of people, I'd be very fucking concerned. And then I'd probably fight for that, because that's fucking insane if someone wants to electrify people. Like, come on.
President Trump openly admits to sexual assault and is on trial for child rape. He is proud.
Sexual assault, ground by the pussy, that's like locker room talk. Yeah, you could say that might be a lie, or, that was like years ago, but who fucking cares? Because that's not pertinent to his campaign, and the child rape I've been hearing has been dropping. People have been dropping that case, so okay.
Proudly endorsed by the KKK, North Korea, Putin. For real, are we in the upside?
I kind of don't. I've been listening around to people react to this video, by the way, but I've been seeing people saying like, why are we so against talking with North Korea or Russia? The thing to me about that is that we want a diplomatic solution, right? That's what we want. We initially want a diplomatic solution to things. So why can't we talk to them? The thing is that we can still go to war with Russia and North Korea. They can still be our enemies, depending on how badly the talks go. Like, if Trump talks to Russia and North Korea and he says something that's offensive, or that the deal that they give him might be offensive on their own, that could trigger a war, or that could cause them to be our enemies again. But the thing is that we should at least see what's gonna happen with these talks. Because to me, when I kept telling people, I think it's fucking interesting that he wants to talk to Russia and North Korea. I think it's fucking insane that not insane, but it's fucking weird that it's happening this way, or that these two are so vocal about Trump, but at least we're not fighting with them. At least we're not starting a war with them. But whatever, let's continue. Because I just thought that people wanted a diplomatic solution. Just saying. And I love how in this freeze frame she looks like she's yelling at me. Calm down, Lacey, okay? Calm down. You will live for 4 years. We'll be around.
Down right now, because that's what it feels like. How the fuck did this happen? First and foremost, because we let it happen.
Yeah, you did. You kind of did let it happen by just assuming that Hillary was gonna win because she was the best candidate, guys. And Hillary let it happen because she didn't really give a shit about her campaign anymore, because she got lazy and arrogant, thinking that she wouldn't have to write a concession speech. So, yeah, she kind of contributed to Trump's victory. And we looked the other way when she rigged the DNC to have her be the nominee, which makes no fucking sense because Hillary is not a good nominee, but whatever, let's continue.
That's like the hard part to swallow. But also, from where I'm sitting, our political establishment failed us. Lies and corruption in Washington warmed people to a candidate that is completely unqualified and has no experience. And even more overtly, people...
I like how it's like, well, they warmed us to a candidate that has no experience in all this, but these are also the same people that complain about when jobs refuse to hire people based on their experience. Like, I couldn't get that job because I didn't have the experience. But, they voted a guy in who, doesn't have any experience. Wow. How can you complain about a job not hiring you over lack of experience, saying that, it's wrong that people can't get jobs because you don't have experience, but then complain when someone gets to be president because of no experience? I think there's some jealousy going on here. I think it's unfair for people who are trying to get into entry-level positions who can't because they have no experience. That's kind of unfair, but you live in the world, you make do.
Say that racism and sexism are over. No.
No one has said that. Not one person has said that. At least as far as I know. The people who have said that are probably people that people laugh at this point, because yeah, racism and sexism aren't over. They're still a thing. They're still persistent in our culture. The only difference is that it might not be as bad as it was years ago. We don't have segregated schools. We don't have we don't have house mothers who can't get a job. Women can vote. We've come a long way. Women can now be drafted into the army. Yeah, some of the stuff that that people are still fighting for might not have been resolved yet, but if you keep fighting, it eventually will. But to say that there's no war or sexism is kind of ignoring the actual racism and sexism that exists. It's just that it's not as bad as it once was, because we are slowly moving forward with it. You can argue the speed of it. I've said this in a lot of my other Anita videos, but it's always the speed that people complain about, but they don't want to admit it. So, yeah.
They're not over. They are very much a part of our social fabric. Trump saw that. He saw the undercurrent of misogyny and racism, and he rode that wave.
No! The wave that he rode the wave of people who wanted America to be great again. This is the thing that I knew that he was going to win. When you look at Obama back in 2008, what was the one thing that people kept talking about when they brought him up? Oh, he's a fresh voice. He is going to be the change that we need. America's going to finally be moving forward because we're going to pick a candidate that's going to be fresh. And we look at Trump, a lot of people are like, we're going to have America great again. He's a fresh voice. And this whole thing was so, sensational for people. And it struck a chord with people. Hillary didn't have that charisma. Everything with Hillary, and I kind of picked up on this later, but her campaign was about her. It wasn't about her policies. It wasn't about what she wanted to do as president. That's not what it was about. It was about her being the first female president. Every single campaign was, oh, we gotta fight against hate, guys. Fight against hate. Vote for me. And we will beat hate. And we will do this. And we will do that. Because we've beaten hate. And I'm gonna be the first female president. And it's like, okay, but what are you going to do when you go into office? Why not talk about that? It's just kind of... She was rolling around in the same dirt that Trump was. The only thing is that with Hillary, it was more kind of shitty, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's continue.
To electoral college victory! Without a doubt, Trump gave a voice to unspeakable darkness.
Unspeakable darkness. I love these absolutes that people give to people. Absolute darkness. Okay, let's continue.
But you know what? We don't have to listen to it.
We don't have to listen to it, so we're gonna be doomed to repeat! I'm sorry, but as much as I don't like Trump and I didn't want to be president, I am gonna listen to what he has to say, because what he has to say now is important, because he's our president. We do have to listen to him, Lacey, because if we don't listen to Trump, we are doomed to repeat the mistakes that he could be making as president. That's the thing that I got out of this election. It was a big life lesson for America to learn that we cannot be complacent with the status quo. We cannot be okay with a candidate that seems that she might win like Hillary. Anything can happen. We have to listen to the candidates. We should have listened to what Trump was saying. We should have been listening to what Hillary's been saying. We should have been listening to the naysayers. We should have been listening to every single people and listen to what they have to say in order for us to get an informed opinion. If you ignore what Trump has to say, you're not going to be informed. And you're going to be sounding like an idiot because you're not going to know what your own president is saying. To have this disconnect with your president is completely backwards and it's completely garbage. You have to listen to the president that's in the White House. Look, I may not have agreed with a lot of Republicans that have been bashing Obama, but to their credit, they have at least been paying attention to what he's saying. They look at what he does in government and they say this isn't working because of this. And he kind of doing this differently because they've been listening to what he says. Ignoring Trump isn't gonna solve the issue. It's gonna create more, and it'll create a situation where we might be in another unfavorable election. I know I'm sounding fucking triggered right now, but ignorance does not work when you are complaining about a president that you're unhappy with and saying that we can just ignore him and he will go away. Ignoring the problem won't solve the problem. Period. So let's continue. Let's see what great insight this fucking idiot has to say.
You, my dear internet friends, somewhere out there in the world are hurting today, I have 4 reminders for you. It's okay to feel angry or sad or confused.
Look, I can agree with this, okay? I'm going to try to pull it back and I'm going to try to calm down. But, yes, if your candidate lost, I understand that. You can be sad, you can feel angry, and you can feel all these emotions, whatever, about your candidate losing. That's fine, that's human nature, but, like, to go on this attack against Republicans, against other Americans over an election, and going against democracy is fucking childish. And it's not the best way to channel your beliefs, because these things are gonna push back. Protesting the election is gonna make you look like you are against democracy because you're protesting a candidate that won through a democratic process that all candidates have won through, or at least most, like Obama won through the same thing you're protesting. If you are assuming that hate crimes are now legal, well, guess what? They're not. They're illegal. So I mean, there's that. But again, it's fine to feel sad, but just see what happens and take part in and participate in things that fit to what you want to change. Like if you want to prevent Trump from making abortions illegal or whatever, march, protest that legislation once it arrives. Once you see that popping up in the news, protest it. But right now, he's not our president yet. So let's see what he does and then participate when it matters and when it makes sense, when it's something that you can change. You can't change democracy because democracy has spoken.
Your feelings are valid, too. You are loved, you matter, and your rights will be defended. That is a personal promise.
Yeah, because they're all American citizens. The government fights for American citizens. I know, shocking!
3, remember that if it were up to young people, last night would have been a landslide in the...
What basis is this on? Like, what arithmetic did they get to this conclusion? How do they know for sure that this would have been what millennials have voted for? You don't know. I mean, come on.
Other direction. So don't lose hope. There's tremendous...
And I love how that's that assumption. What if these young people or millennials also voted for Trump as well? What if?
Good in the people around you. And 4, once the shock of this all wears off, anger and resentment may set in. Like some people we know. But we...
I love how he says that and then look at what the people protesting are saying. Fuck Trump! Fuck Trump! Okay.
We can't do it that way. We gotta do it a different way. We have to use our anger to help each other.
Yeah, use your anger. See, I don't understand why these social justice warriors or piss babies or whatever are inciting violence. It's not direct. It's not, it's a very slight little sneaky way to say that. Because I was watching Saturday Night Live, I kind of think it's trash. I was just curious to see what they were going to do. And it had Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle's a pretty funny guy, and he was the only thing in that show that was actually funny. Dave Chappelle, hey man, you did your best in that, but I gotta love that bitch that was in Ghostbusters who played Hillary Clinton in Saturday Night Live. Jesus, I was like, now the real fight begins, guys. Now that Trump's president, now the real fight begins. It's like, oh, so we're now inciting violence. Cool.
Whenever you're ready, and you have a right to take some time, but when you get there, get ready to be vocal, get ready to get involved. Please be proactive. I want to ask you guys to think about one question.
Get ready. Get
What
ready
can we
to
do
fight.
to channel pain and anger and resentment into something positive and good for the world?
Donate to your organizations that you believe in. Participate in politics more often. Listen to people. Listen to both sides. Be sure and don't name call. Don't fucking insult the other side. Look, you know what? Coming from a guy from me, I've traveled that road of insulting people for not voting for the candidate that I voted for in the past, and it's fucking retarded, and I fucking am embarrassed thinking back to those days. But it's important to hear people out and see other sides of these discussions. It's very important because again, I've talked to Trump supporters. Some of them have said racist things, and they had very xenophobic and all these hateful things to back them in their vote for Trump, which I disagreed with. But then I would find a Trump supporter that's like, I think what Trump is gonna do is it's gonna be good. He's gonna change healthcare. He's gonna make healthcare better. He's gonna make America great again. He's gonna not be. He's not gonna succumb to corruption and all this stuff. And all those things are valid points. The fact that people are more interested are also are saying that it's great that he wants to talk to Russia and North Korea and not make them enemies. I think that's interesting. I'm more interested in seeing where that's gonna lead because we don't know where that's gonna lead. And I think ultimately this is the most important thing about this election is that maybe now we're gonna take the next election more seriously, and we're gonna have a deep, better candidate, and people are actually gonna listen and talk to each other, because maybe now for the fucking social justice warriors are gonna fucking back off and fucking listen for once and not go straight to insults.
For each other and for our future, for the next 4 years and beyond.
Alright, let's go on to Anita Shark Girl. This might be a long video, by the way. Oh, no, is that shorter than I thought it'd be? Sweet. Let's watch this.
For many of us, it's hard to fully grasp the reality of what happened during the US presidential election last night. The entire world was watching because the political and cultural effects of this election, perhaps more than any other election in recent history, will send shockwaves across the globe.
Send shockwaves. Not like any other election before. Not like the one where we had the first black president. No, this is gonna be even bigger. And the whole world was watching.
And as the world was watching, we lost. The results of the election were a stark reminder that we still live in a white supremacist, patriarchal nation. Progressivism, economic equality, and human rights took a beating.
Yeah, because when you vote for Trump, he's gonna look at our laws and bills and be like, oh, equal rights, let's tear that apart, let's fucking change everything, let's make hate crimes legal again, because that's obviously what his platform was, right guys? Because that's what Trump wanted. Like, look, it's fine to say that, you don't like Trump, because, I have an uncle that lives in Europe, and he said that he watched an episode of The Apprentice, and he was kind of like, he didn't like him. He was like, I don't like how crude and offensive Trump is, but the bright side is that he doesn't have complete power. He has to go through Senate, and and they also are not in bed with him either. But to say that, oh, we lost, guys, civil rights and human rights have taken a beating. No more progressive. It's over. Like, true feminism, true fighting for women's rights and all that shit, that hasn't stopped is that these people are probably more intelligent and know how to pick and choose their battles than these idiots who claim to be feminists and claim to be fighting for equal rights when they're not.
Racism, misogyny, and Islamophobia won. As Americans,
Oh yeah, racism, hate won. See this narrative again. I love this narrative because it's an easy narrative to throw onto Trump. It's very easy. It's as easy as throwing the corruption narrative on Hillary. It's just as easy. But the thing is that, I mean, be it that the corruption narrative on Hillary is a little bit more, it holds more water than the hate narrative, because nowhere in Trump's campaign did he say that he wants to make hate crimes legal or that he implied that. The thing he did, he's doing stuff out of love for America. Just because you disagree with him doesn't mean that that's not true.
affirmed white supremacy and patriarchy and hate. Hate for Muslims, refugees, people of color, the poor, the queer community.
No, like no one, everyone who voted for Trump did not hate Muslims or refugees. They are afraid that that terrorists are gonna sneak into these refugees that we let in and do some malicious shit against us. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't necessarily believe that we should not be helping the refugees. Now, I'm not saying that we should open our doors, all the refugees come in with, free, let them all come in. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we should at least do something to help them. Be it that we make safe zones for them where they are, or we do something to make their lives better. That's really it. I'm not saying that we need to open our doors and let them come in without check or anything, because, yeah, there could be terrorists in that mix that could be posing as a refugee, and then when we let them in, then boom, we lose something. But I just don't think we should turn back on basic people that are trying to live a safe life. That's just me.
Community. Sadly, the list seems endless. Now, it's not the time to mince words. The real-world impact of negative images and reactionary words has never been more clear. Waking to a new day after a long and sleepless night, many of us are still in deep.
But of course, buzzwords and shit paved the way for this election, because you kept insulting every single person that believes a certain way. People like these SJWs have been insulting people and have been pushing their patience to see what would happen, and this is what happens. We had two terrible candidates running for president, and the one that was not corrupt and not PC and not the candidate that you people wanted won. Because SJWs are fucking nonsense people who just keep fucking belittling every single thing along the way. They're never happy when, it's fucking ridiculous that she's even making this video, to be honest. I mean, it's just kind of dumb that she's trying to promote this narrative of hate. Okay.
Deep shock and in a deep state of mourning. And we must give ourselves permission to grieve. But
we have to treat this like it's a fucking funeral, guys. Someone died and we really need to grieve. No, all this shows that we should be more attentive and more aware of our politics, and we should just be more engaging with it. We shouldn't be sitting there and be like, oh, fucking Hillary lost, guys. I could die tomorrow now. There were people who literally was saying during that night of the election that, oh man, tomorrow when I wake up, I could die. I could walk down the street and I could die. Look, I'm sure that since Trump won, there's going to be a lot of racist people, committing hate crimes and shit like that. But that doesn't mean that was not going to happen regardless. But hate crimes are still hate crimes. They're still illegal, and you would treat them the way you did the past years that these been happening. This isn't a time to grieve or be mourning. This is a time where you should be like, okay, now that he won, we really need to see what he's gonna do as president, and we need to fight against legislation that is truly gonna hurt our rights or whatever. But let's continue.
We grieve, then we fight.
Again with the inciting of violence. We have to fight, guys. But whatever. I mean, I guess saying that she's trying to say that as a way of saying to protest legislation that might harm equal rights and all that kind of shit, which I can kind of understand, but like, I don't know why they're so quick to it. They're so quick at it, but okay, let's continue.
Must be organized and strategic. We cannot let hate win because this isn't just a
We have to be strategic, so let's let's all be strategic right now. Let's go out on the streets and protest democracy. That's strategic. That is no way seeming as hateful or anything. And these people have been fear-mongering this. They've been fear-mongering Trump's victory. They've been saying like, "Oh, now we're fucked" by electing him. That's not fear-mongering, but okay. I mean, like, you can say, yeah, oh well, Trump fear-mongered during his campaign, but who was the one? But you know, just because he did it doesn't mean that you have to do it too, because every single SJW, when they talk about Trump, they kept fear-mongering World War III.
about us. This is about the world. And to the world we say, we refuse to surrender to the forces which seek to silence women. We will not stand idly by and allow the continued intimidation of
But you stood idly by when Hillary was rigging the DNC, when she screwed over Bernie. You stood by and let that happen. Where were you about that? That's fucked up. If Trump did that to Hillary, I guarantee she would fucking throw a hissy. Or no, actually, no, better yet. If Bernie rigged the election against Hillary, she would be fucking shitting all over Bernie for that. But since Hillary did it, it's okay. But, Trump won, fucking trying to silence us. Are you fucking for real? The DNC has been silencing people who were openly wanting to vote for Bernie. Come on, really? Really, you're gonna say this shit? Okay.
of people of color, non-Christians, LGBT folks, and all those who exist at the intersections of multiple identities. We can and we will participate in the mobilization of our communities. We will resist the hate. And in the end, we'll win.
Oh, we'll win. That's why we lost the election. Oh, man, they've been like... And someone has also said that they've been taking a beating, every step of the way. Like, people are... As many as there are people resisting the hate and the racism, there's gonna be people resisting them. Like, because the thing is that if you sound like a person that is trying to silence someone, you're gonna be fucking slammed down your ass. And that's what happened with these SJWs. They've been trying to silence people, and guess what happened? They got slammed on their ass. Like, come on. And this does not even look like a victory speech. So how are you gonna say that we'll win when everyone has been having to make these losing speeches about how hate won and we took a beating, but we'll win. We win, guys. We just took a beating, but we'll win. Okay.
It's only through collective action that social justice can prevail. Stand in solidarity, get involved, join us.
Join us. Oh man. Totally, guys. We should join them right now. So that's it for this video. Hopefully I did not trigger a lot of people. But thanks for watching. Feel free to let me know how you feel about this election. I really feel that the candidate that won could be a good president. He could be a bad president. We will never know until he actually until he gets sworn into office. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. These are going to be a very interesting 4 years. And there's that. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Have a nice day.